1, 2.
For the third straight year, pickleball is the fastest growing sport in the country.
2-2-1.
One reason why, the game has something for everyone. Man or woman, athlete or beginner, old or young, anyone can pick up a paddle and play.
I've always been physically fit, but I never played like sports.
I wanted a smaller court, someplace where I wouldn't over-exercise.
At Joe Stonis Park in Cape Coral, 6 pickleball courts are tucked away right near the parking lot. Jamie Doherty plays regularly. Joking with us, she says she joined 3 years ago because she didn't like her husband's partners.
He was playing in tournaments with other girls, and I was like, no. I'm gonna learn how to play pickleball.
But just like so many people, she quickly became addicted to the game, playing a few times a week. Until one morning when she heard something unusual.
We were on that court back there, and maybe about 3 points in, someone put a ball over, and I came up, and as soon as it felt like someone shot me right in the back of my leg.
Her calf muscle ripped, and it took 8 weeks of rehab to get back on the court. But Jamie isn't alone. Pickleball injuries are becoming a lot more common.
We've seen someone, break a wrist, a lot of muscle pulls, calves, groin muscle, that kind of stuff.
Jamie's husband, Keith, not only plays, but organizes a lot of the pickleball events at Joe Stonis. He posted a poll for us on the group's Facebook page asking if anyone's gotten an injury while playing pickleball, and there were a lot of different answers. Wrist, forearm, and elbow pain, I wasn't wearing the correct shoes, Achilles tendonitis, torn calf muscle, and the list goes on from there.
We did have someone with an eye where they didn't have glasses on and they got hit.
I even got hit in the head with a pickleball while working on this story.
This year, experts say $377 million. Oh. This year, experts say $377 million will be spent on pickleball injuries. That includes 67,000 emergency room visits, 366,000 outpatient visits, and 9,000 surgeries.
In the last 5 years, I've seen the number of injuries rise pretty substantially.
Come by the wall, and I want you just to kind of work on rotating your hip.
With the rise in pickleball injuries, physical therapists are seeing a rise in clients.
Anywhere between 20 and 50 a year, I'd say, is pretty common, which is a pretty big number.
To prevent an injury from happening, Dr. Mitchell Robbins with physical therapy says, keep these 5 things in mind: stretching, strength training, nutrition, sleep, and hydration.
A lot of people don't realize that just a 5% decrease in hydration can lead to a 30% reduction in working capacity.
But if an injury does happen, there are multiple ways to rehab depending on your injury.
So just working on the tendon, working on some of his posture and his shoulder joint, we were able to get him up overhead. So step back.
Scott Gray owns Back in Motion Physical Therapy in Fort Myers.
You can do it right there.
Along with posture and muscle movements, he also uses a dry needling technique to help alleviate pain.
A lot of times muscles will guard when there's pain, and so we can needle the muscle or the tendon and make that muscle relax.
0-1.
Now the goal is to get back on the court, which is why both Gray and Robbins agree, don't overdo the rehab.
What you can have happen is it eventually turns into a more serious injury because you're compensating, or you eventually tear something.
And give yourself time to fully heal.
If we can intervene when it's still early, we have a good chance of preventing that person from becoming someone who has chronic pain.